So here we are finally with a day off and between projects, actually back here in Michigan, on our way to the Upper Peninsula for a couple projects over the holiday weekend. And wouldn't you know it, the day that we have available is rain. It's raining. The day off is raining. So this video today, it's been, I'll admit, I guess it's been a struggle with the move and trying to stay on top of the videos. I've got a lot of clients out there and a lot of followers that understand that. We've talked before. You always joke around. I swear that this time's the last time, and I can really honestly tell you I'm hoping that this is the case this time. This video, I wanted to kind of introduce you guys to our new process that we have, new adventure that we have set forth. Now, most of you know that I have moved from Michigan and am now a resident of Kentucky. And by doing that, there's a lot of stuff that comes with that, right, with moving. And because of the fact that the house that we have on the farm is a old farm home, was built in 1905. We've got some remodeling projects that are going to be underway real shortly. So as you can tell, it's a lengthy process, but like I've said before, this is something that we're working on for this upcoming year. But I'm a one-man show when it comes to videoing and editing and producing and putting that out on the YouTube channel for you guys. So I appreciate all of your patience, I really do, and more so, I appreciate the interest and the clients, new clients, and this year's or last year's clients that have reached out and said, hey, we hope everything's going good with the move, and but where are your videos? So that to me shows, guys, that there's a lot of attention built around not only my business but also whitetail habitat improving in general. So I really want to give you guys a big thanks out to that and for the support and the following. And like I said, I'm pretty excited to bring you along on this journey on the farm. This week, I'm actually, it's just before the holiday, I spent some time on the farm last week and was able, with my son down there, helping me get some stuff moved in and some stuff settled. And we were able to spend our first, quality time as far as really putting some boots on the ground, more so than I did obviously when I purchased it, and really get that start getting that in-depth look that you guys all deal with on around the country, around the whitetail range, when you're building a new property. And so I'm pretty excited. It's not that we didn't have property before. I had a few leases, and then obviously around the country, not just in Michigan, but also, I owned the 12-acre parcel there, which was our test farm, test plots and stuff that we played around with the food plot technology and stuff like that you guys have seen in the past. Now, being able to implement and really kind of dig in deep on what works per region is kind of the story, if you will, behind this video. One, obviously, like I said, it's a thanks, and thanks for hanging in there and following along, and we've got bookings coming in for the 2022 season, and things are looking great, and that's all because of the followers and the people that back the business. And I surely appreciate that. The second step of that, like I said, is now being able to introduce you guys to the farm. I did some filming up there, or down there this week, and with my son, we were able to, like I said, start hanging trail cameras. We've got some timber work improvement coming up. We've got to open some trails. There's some logging roads that just are, fall right on the benches on them transition areas that we need. And the farm lays out perfect, but there's a lot of work to be done. There is no food, what I call food, on the farm right now. I purchased it thinking I bought 65 acres, ended up with 72 acres, so that's a plus. and we are starting from scratch. So the second portion of this is, like I said, is starting to walk you through what we look at, what we are able to really resonate now with folks on a much deeper level than we did before. Obviously, you know, owning something and being able to not only experience, but also able to show you the success right from our back door is a huge deal. I feel very blessed for that, and I'm looking very forward. So we are going into next week. I'm here in Michigan here with some clients over the holiday weekend. Going to be down there, and then I'm off to New York, and we've got some things coming. We're actually about 3/4 of the way done with my clientele or client trips for the year, because I'm off the whole month of September or October and November. I've got a couple clients right up until September. The Kentucky deer season starts September 1st, or early in September, and you know, that's something that plays into this whole spectrum of something new. So the things that are jumping right out in front of us down there, that, you know, a lot of the properties around the country that I'm fortunate enough to see and work on, but haven't been able to own a piece, are things such as the contour. Contour is a huge tool. Contour is not a lot what folks sometimes get to experience, especially in a state like Michigan. So we're looking forward to that, looking forward to be able to walk you right to the stands and explain. I've got a couple of leeward wind stands on that farm that we're really looking forward to being able to hunt, because of not only just the leeward stand itself, but the location of the leeward stand. So all of this is going to start coming full circle. And so at the end of today's video, I just want to kind of go over, we're going to give you, as I'm talking here, I'm going to give you some ideas or some look into what I've done and why I've created it. And I think that will help you understand a little bit better as we go through the process of building it, and you guys are able to follow along and really you know, see that creation unfold. So a lot of things, you know, changing, a lot of things coming to the plate, the big move, learning a new property. And so one of the things that I have done in the recent past with the videos is I really wanted to, anybody that follows along, seen the path or the process that I was doing over the last couple of months. And that last couple of months had been answering questions that always come up on client trips, you know, back-to-back questions that seem to, you know, that folks are looking to, they're researching, they're asking those questions. I'm getting emailed along the way between client trips, the clients that I'm on that week, such as, you know, that last trip, the last large trip that we were on. It was, you know, eight clients in 10 days. I had 2 of those back-to-back. And this whole question resonates, and I think this ties into being able to bring you along now on the new farm. And that question is, where do you start? You know, where do you start, and how do you create that end goal? Well, that's a very good question. And the reason that's a very good question is because we know, I know from the past and the business of doing this, that it all starts and ends with the proper design. Obviously, I'm not the guy that's going to tell you to reach out to anybody that does anything from above. That's not a secret. I've said that before, as far as, you know, not putting boots on the ground. And I really, as this business progresses, and now implementing in a farm such as we own now in the state of Kentucky, that is ever so more important now to me than it's ever been before. And so I really try to reach out. Now, there's a place for that, but that place is not at the beginning process stages of a design of a property. And the reason is I really feel that there's so much connection that you can have, such as you guys have owning it, that you know, you're able to put them boots on the ground and understand that deer movement. Now I can, just as, you know, good as anyone, or, you know, I feel pretty blessed, maybe even more so, be able to pick things out from above that a lot of folks don't get to see, because just the sheer number of acreage, and looking at the sheer amount of topographical maps and aerials and stuff that I study. You know, that's my business. It's no different than having an engineer pick things out that are going to work and aren't going to work. Now, I can give you some ideas from above, but I would never implement a full design from above, especially like we were talking about here with the first steps of a farm. So that is one thing that I emphasize not to do, unless that is something that you are doing yourself. In other words, you know the farm, you're there on the farm, and you're taking some advice through the channel, and you're looking at the ways to create that perfect habitat, that huntable habitat, not just habitat, but huntable habitat. And that's something that we're going to really focus on that, really try to show you on the new farm, is that it can't be just creating deer habitat. It has to be huntable habitat. And what huntable habitat is to me is when you are done with the process, or during the process of creating that, you have to be able to hunt it. And I see this time and time again, where there's too much, whether that's a consultant that recommended that, or it's a combination of maybe landowners throwing too much at the wall, and that's where I come in and try to weed that out. So that large question comes up all the time, and it's probably because I'm maybe the first consultant that they've worked with. Maybe it's the fact that they have struggled, or they've had someone else there and it hasn't worked. Whatever the case is, I get that question a lot. Where do you start? And the answer to that is right from the beginning, from the ground up. You have to start from the ground up. You have to put your boots on the ground. Welcome to Kentucky. We are here in Michigan getting some projects, clients taken care of this week. We're back down there before another client trip. We've got 4 or 5 days to be on the farm. We're going to be dropping some videos, and one last big thanks to everybody. And hopefully, you know, we're able to put some time in. We're behind schedule because of the date of purchase, but we're looking forward to being ready. Whatever is created by then or accomplished by then, we're looking forward to kicking the season off in the month of September down there. So stay tuned, follow along, guys, and always appreciate your support. Thanks.